Today I'm doing 5 fall home decor DIYs. This video will be a part of a Fall Light Academia playlist hosted by Michelle of Moxie DIY and Java. I will leave the link to that playlist in the description box, as well as the link to Michelle's channel. If you're not subscribed to her, I wholeheartedly encourage you to check out her channel and subscribe. She is super talented and creative. And click that playlist link if you want more fall crafting inspiration. Let's get started on these DIYs. For this first one, I'm taking this styrofoam pumpkin from the Dollar Tree and I'm giving it a coat of Ivory chalk paint by Waverly. I'm taking this mixture of some school glue, wood glue, and water, and I'm going to tear up these book pages and decoupage them onto this pumpkin. You'll also need one of these doilies from the Dollar Tree. They come in a pack of 2. I believe these are Ivory. They also have ones in white as well. I'm going to cut out this center part of the doily that looks like a flower and just follow along. You can see there where it sort of stands out and there's a place around it to cut. You can use whatever you'd like for a stem. I happen to have one of these swag hooks and I don't have anything else to do with it, so I thought it would make a very good stem for this pumpkin. I'm just putting a liberal amount of hot glue in the center and then sticking that on there and letting that set up. And then I'm going to use a little bit of hot glue around the edges of the doily where it sticks up a little bit, just so it'll lay flat on the pumpkin. And I didn't like the black stem, although it did match the wording, the text on the pumpkin. But I'm taking some of this European gold rub and buff and using a makeup brush from the Dollar Tree to sort of stipple some onto this hook here. I have some of this pipberry garland from the Dollar Tree, and every other group of berries, I'm going to put some of this gold on there, on the lighter red ones, and then I just thought that that would make it sort of match the pumpkin a little bit better. Some of these laser wood cutouts from the Dollar Tree would be great to stick on this pumpkin, but I'm going to be using one of these keys that I got from Amazon. I will link those down below in the description box. For this next DIY, I'm taking one of these wall tiles from the Dollar Tree and I'm going to spray paint it with this metallic gold paint. I also have this wood cutout from the Dollar Tree. I remembered watching another crafter have an issue with the wall tile, but I couldn't remember what it was, but I found out pretty quickly what it was. The adhesive backing is separate. It's only attached around the edges of the wall tile. I don't know why they did that. I would think that that would make the tile sort of puffy, you know, when you stick them onto whatever you're sticking them onto. But so I just removed it from its backing and hot glued the front of that tile onto the wood pumpkin, and then used the utility knife to go around the edges and clean that up. This was Pinterest inspired, and I'm pretty sure I've seen some other crafters on YouTube do this, and I thought it was so pretty and I would give it a try. I didn't need the wording on the back and wanted to clean that up a little bit, so I just popped those off and kept the little leaf to use a little bit later. I have one of these pallets from the Dollar Tree. I'm going to use it as a base to stand this pumpkin up on, and I put a coat of antique wax on it. I decided to do some dry brushing, even though I really liked this gold color, how it turned out, and once I dry brushed the ivory on top of it, it looked nice, but it did sort of make the gold turn from gold to more of a gray, but that was fun. I still like the color. I put some antique wax on the back of the pumpkin to finish it off, as well as the little leaf that I popped off the back. I'm going to tie that onto the top along with some of the pitberry garland to finish it off. For this next one, I took some of these faux leather leaves from the Dollar Tree. I've seen other crafters find different colors and shapes, but mine only had this one kind. So I'm going to take some of this faux leather from Crafter's Square and this leaf cutout from the Dollar Tree, and I'm just going to use it to trace around to make some different leaves to mix it up a little bit. I'm taking this book page and I'm going to use the leaves to trace around. And when I cut out on the book pages, I'm going to cut on the inside of my tracing so that it's a little bit smaller than the leaf itself. And whenever I cut out the brown leaves, I made sure to cut on the outside of the line where I traced. That way the leaves would be bigger than the book page leaves, if that makes sense. I just added book page pieces to a few of these and left some, without and plain. I took some of these old-fashioned style clothespins. I believe they're called doll pins as well, and I put some antique wax on them and let those dry. And now I'm just going to use some hot glue to attach a leaf to each clothespin. This project was Pinterest inspired as well, and I will try to find, I will look on Pinterest and click the link and try to link down below the original person that did this if I can find it. Once that glue set up, I just simply attached these with some twine, wrapping it around and putting a dot of hot glue, and I used a ruler just to help me space out. I put these 6 inches apart, but you could do this any way you like, sort of customize it to where you're going to hang it at, and add other things as well to make it, more decorative. This is sort of a plain, simple style. Did I say wreath before? Garland. I'm pretty sure I said wreath. Disregard that. Y'all know what y'all are looking at. But it would look really cute to add some acorns and other fall items to this as well. For this one, you'll need 3 of these trays from the Dollar Tree, and I'm going to paint these Rustic Orange by Rustoleum. Once the paint was dry, I'm taking this mixture of school glue, water, and a little bit of wood glue. You could use Mod Podge, of course. And I'm going to put some cinnamon on each tray. I've seen these done in several styles, and I think that the white ones are very pretty, but I wanted to go for this more grungy look. I normally use a spray clear top coat on top of my cinnamon, but I was out. But once that dried, I went over it again with some Mod Podge on the top. I was just showing you here that when I was fixing to assemble this and I flipped the trays over, it sort of dawned on me that I think that this would look better if you use the backs of the trays instead of the front, so where they're more rounded out. The convex side of the trays, I don't know if I'm saying the right word. The front would be concave, maybe? I think y'all know what I'm saying. But I really think that using the back of the trays, it still has the decorative, punched decorative edge. And I really think that that would look a lot better than using the front. I don't know, but I didn't want to, go backwards on the project. I wanted to get it finished. So I just continued on using the front side of the tray as the front of the pumpkin. I used some giant kraft sticks and a combination of hot glue and E6000 to sort of connect these 2 trays together. Then I took the 3rd tray and just glued it to the front using, again, some E6000 and hot glue. You can use just about anything for a stem. I thought about going out into the yard and getting a stick, but I had these clothespins laying nearby, had some extra ones, so I just glued them together in a grouping of 4. And then I needed more of the stem. I needed the stem to be a little longer to glue to the trays here on the back, and so I just extended the stem. You aren't going to see this part, and then I used that piece of popsicle stick there to glue to the tray on the back. And for decoration, I'm just using some of these florals from the Dollar Tree, and you can just see that I just basically cut a couple off and draped them and glued them behind that front tray. This last one almost isn't a DIY, but I'm going to count it. I have this shiny gold frame from the Dollar Tree, and to tone it down, my favorite way to do that is to use this kraft tissue paper and Mod Podge it. And I'm going to, I did print on the tissue paper by taping it to a piece of cardstock and running it through my printer. And then to take that tissue paper off of the cardstock, I simply just cut around the edges and it comes right off. Then I remove the glass and the backing so that I can Mod Podge this tissue paper. And I actually didn't use Mod Podge. I do like, when I'm doing tissue paper, I do like to use this spray adhesive. It's Elmer's brand from Walmart. And it just, doesn't have that many wrinkles, I feel like. And then I usually go over with a top coat of clear, usually Rustoleum brand. Now, because I pieced this together, there were some places that overlapped. And so to sort of make that look like it was on purpose, I was doing this sort of quickly, and so instead of being meticulous and having the papers meet perfectly, I just overlapped them. And then to make it look like it was a design choice instead of a lazy thing, I took some extra pieces and just stuck them randomly around. Because the edging was such a small surface, I did decide to use Mod Podge along the sides there because I thought it would be difficult to use the spray. It would get get everywhere. So I did Mod Podge the edges, just sort of folded them over. And I have this fall print out. I will link down below. This is a very old painting. And I got this image online, and it's in the public domain because the artist died. I believe he died in the early 1920s, so he's been gone. And then once a artist has been passed away for a long time, their works go into the public domain. So I will link down below where I got the image from. And but you could also just search the name of the artist and the title of the painting and just find a high resolution image to print. I love using old art because you can get it printed for very cheap. In fact, I'm pretty sure I got this 8x10 for free from Walgreens. I don't typically like the quality of Walgreens prints, if it's for something important, but if it's, just as a small decor piece like this, it works out just fine. And very often you can just search for free 8x10 code Walgreens, and I more often than not can find a code to get a free 8x10 from there, and if not, get, a discount code. That's it for this one. Don't forget to click that playlist link in the description box of this video to watch other crafters bringing you fall light academia DIYs. A big thank you to Michelle for hosting this beautifully themed playlist. Thank you for watching. See you in the next one.